Best Metroidvania games available on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. All the games here will be 2D games, so I won't put any 3D Metroidvania game here. Just remembering this is just my opinion. If you guys disagree or just have any other suggestion, just put in the comments. I'll be checking that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, click on the like, subscribe to the channel, videos almost every day here, and thank you so much for it. So let's go to the video.
Born on the shoulders of three mighty statues of a great
Blasphemous 2 is an extremely interesting Metroidvania, with its beautiful graphic and dark themes. The game was developed by the studio The Game Kitchen and released in 2023 to Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Series S, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch and PC.
But on this ascending path of penitence,
The game is a sequel of the first game. That was already an excellent game, but here they managed to create an even greater game, with the excellent map design and astonishing graphics, making the experience of the game really immersive. As it's a Metroidvania, sometimes you feel kinda lost in the gameplay, trying to remember or understand where you need to go. But the universe of this game is so good that even those moments are good. The combat of the game is fluid and brutal, with hard enemies and even harder bosses, some with insane design, other even scary. The game takes about 16 hours to beat, and it's an excellent experience you gotta have.
Odd on of the conflict.
Animal Well is a brilliant and unique video game. The game is set in a Metroidvania structure. You control a small animal in a mysterious place, and you must explore and discover what to do next. But different of most Metroidvanias, this is not a game focused in combat. Actually, you won't even fight in this game, but there will be enemies that are all different animals, and you must find ways to ignore or escape them, all with an excellent map design with different possibilities and puzzles, giving you new tools and ways to achieve new areas. And as you can see, the graphic style looks absolutely astonishing, with an incredible mix of light and darkness, giving an impressive visual style. The game was developed mainly by one single guy, Billy Basso, and is surely one of the best indie games of 2024, an original and unique experience that everyone should try it. GRIME is a fast and unforgiving action-adventure RPG set in a Metroidvania structure. The game will crush your foes with living weapons that change the form and functions. The game was developed by the studio Cloverby and released in 2021 to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Series S, Nintendo Switch, PC, Google Stadia and Mac. And the sequel is already announced and looks even more beautiful than the first game. The visuals of this game are really interesting, that goes from destroyed places to places with living beings as part of the scenario. The gameplay of the game is fluid and fast, with a nice combat system that will get you immersed in the universe as you play. The game takes about 12 hours to be finished, or up to 30 hours in a quest for 100%. Hollow Knight is an insane Metroidvania. The game was developed by Team Cherry and released in 2017 to Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch and PC, and is to this day one of the most beloved Metroidvanias ever created. The game is extremely original with a unique personality and style. The gameplay is fluid and kinda simple, but you need to learn how to use it the best way to surpass the challenges of the game. It's also a game known for being hard, especially if you're trying to get everything of the game, so that's going to be a true challenge, with a lot of difficult boss fights. The graphic style of the game is astonishing, it's a dark and melancholic visual, a game that mixes really well the light and darkness in the environment, giving the players an immersive and unique Metroidvania experience. Axiom Verge is a Metroidvania inspired in the Metroid series. The game got a retro and beautiful graphic style, with a good gameplay and responsive combat. And just like Metroid, the combat of the game is like a shooter, not a slasher like most of Metroidvanias today. Through the game, you'll be getting more abilities and weapons, making the gameplay really immersive. The game was developed by the studio Thomas Happ Game and released in 2015 to PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, Xbox 360, Xbox One, Wii U, PC, and today it's also available on Nintendo Switch and Mac. The game has great enemies and boss fights, some of them even resembles Metal Slug, with a fluid and very fun gameplay. And this is one of those games that if you're a fan of Metroidvania games, you gotta play. This is really good. Nine Souls is an extremely beautiful Metroidvania game. The game was inspired in some mechanics of Sekiro, and it's a 2D game where you control an interesting warrior. The story starts in a mysterious way, and as you keep playing, you'll be discovering that things are not that simple. It is a Metroidvania with a lot of dialogues and files to read. The story is really good and immersive, but the best is the gameplay itself, giving you rewarding mechanics as you learn how to play. The game is hard but extremely satisfying, with great boss fights and scenarios. If you like Sekiro and Metroidvania, you gotta play this game. The game was developed by studio Red Candle Games and released to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Series S, and Mac. The game is also available on Xbox Game Pass, and it's my favorite indie game of the year.
In 1783,
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is a game created by some of the same creators of the father of Metroidvania, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and this game follows the same style, but in another universe, with new characters, weapons, story. But for you that played the Symphony of the Night, you surely like this one. And it was developed by the studio Artplay, and released in 2019 to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PC, Amazon Luna, Google Stadia, Android, and iOS, so you can play in a lot of platforms.
the demons have returned.
The game got a simple gameplay, but through the game the player will be getting new tools, abilities and weapons that will make the gameplay more complex. The exploration here is extremely fun, with a great soundtrack, beautiful scenarios, interesting enemies and a lot of different paths, giving you an experience that will be a true tribute to the classic Castlevania.
I am your executioner.
Chiba, tell me you didn't do this.
Join me, Miriam.
Silent Sanctuary is a game that mixes really well the Metroidvania style with Souls-like, giving you different ways to play, with different builds, weapons, magics, abilities in a skill tree, and even a level system, giving you options to improve your character in the same style of the Souls-like games. The game was developed by the studio Sky Studio and released in 2016 to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PlayStation Vita, PC, Mac, and later on Switch. The game is set in a dangerous universe with huge creatures, dragons, supernatural beings, and also here with a fun gameplay and an original and unique graphic style, giving you a dark and lonesome visual. Through the game you face a lot of different enemies and bosses, some really hard, and this game gives you a lot of different ways to go, with a lot of secrets or secondary places and bosses, so it's really worth to explore.
Years, the mask of vengeance has manifested itself again.
Guacamelee 2 is a unique game, an excellent one by the way. It was developed by the studio Drinkbox Studio and released in 2018 to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC.
Who will protect the Mexiverse against the powers of evil?
This game is absolutely stylish, with a very unique visual style. The gameplay is fluid and fast, and it's set in a universe of Mexico streets, including the core of the gameplay is wrestling, with a lot of charisma. The game beyond the stylish combat also has platformer features and also a soundtrack that suits perfectly with this game. The game is a sequel and as good as the original one, or even better, and it takes up to 10 hours of gameplay to finish the game. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is an interesting Metroidvania game set in the universe of Prince of Persia. The game was developed by Ubisoft, and in my opinion it's one of the best Ubisoft games in the last years. It's not a huge and inflated game like most of the Ubisoft games today. I could even say that it's a sort of simple game, but gives you an immersive and fun experience, and it's going to last over 20 hours if you really want to do everything in the game.
Forbidden land. All hope rests with us, the Immortals, to rescue him and save the Empire.
The game was released in 2024 for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Series S, Nintendo Switch, Amazon Luna, Mac and PC. And the public received really well the game. The problem at the launch was the price, but if you find it in a good offer, I highly recommend you to play it. The game is fluid, fun, with a nice combat, interesting graphics and a fun exploration. It's really worth it. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed, let me know, click on the like, subscribe to the channel, videos almost every day here. I'll keep producing videos like this one and also other contents that I'm posting in the channel, so just check it out if you enjoyed this video. Really appreciate your presence here and so long.